Hey everybody, Agent of Doubt here, world's worst SJW, and once again tonight making a cameo appearance as Captain Insomnia. So, this is going to be a video ramble on how Claudia Conway might be able to eke out just a little bit of justice after what has transpired. So, a little bit of backstory. You might not know who she is. She's got a TikTok account, and she's, I believe, 16 years old right now. And she is wildly popular, but a lot of that popularity has to do with who her mother is, and that's Kellyanne Conway. And Kellyanne Conway was a spokesperson for Donald Trump for the last 4 or 5 years, right? And Claudia Conway has political beliefs that are vastly different than her mother's. They're closer to her father's, George Conway. Now, Kellyanne Conway and George Conway have this really weird relationship where they are on different ends of a political spectrum. Kellyanne being the Republican spokesperson for Donald Trump, and George Conway being part of the Lincoln Project, and being just like the prolific public tormentor of Donald Trump. So, yeah, that's really weird. It's not unheard of to see people on TV who have different political opinions and also are married. We had James Carville, who's a Democrat, and then Mary Madeline, who's a Republican, and they've been married for a very long time, since like the early 90s. And they both go on different news shows on different channels like CNN, MSNBC, and Fox News, and they represent the different political side, and still, they go home and eat dinner together. So that happens in a few families. In my own family, my father actually went and made a Parler account days after Trump lost his Twitter account. It was banned, and then Parler was shut down like right after. And so it's like, ugh, why did he do it? Because he felt like the president was censored, quote unquote. And yeah, we have differences. So there are families that have different political opinions, and they still, when it comes down to being family and loving each other, they're still there for each other. But also, it should be said when I'm talking about Claudia Conway, she has put out videos of her mother in not too good parenting situations where she's yelling at her, sometimes in what could be seen as in an abusive way. It's just a little TikTok length snippet of what happened. It is out of context, but in my opinion, I would say that there's no good context for some of those things. And even as a person with a job where I'm a mandatory reporter, I'd say, yeah, those weren't good things at all. You see someone get yelled at like that. But you have to also understand, this family's famous now, right? And so there's a lot of public scrutiny on them, and that puts stress on the family unit. And so everything they do is under a microscope. And I'd say the fact that they're still together right now is a testament to their love for one another. It's a strange situation. That's setting the background for what happened. Okay, so Claudia's been making TikTok videos where she's having different discussions with her mom. Some TikTokers, some TikTok fans have tried to invade their personal lives, at their home, and they've Claudia had a party, and people reported it, and people report the different things that Claudia posts to TikTok with little glimpses of her mom being angry to Department of Human Services, and Claudia said she wants to be emancipated into TikTok. So there's been little family fights that are going to get really publicly scrutinized, and some of those fights are about Claudia posting things on the internet. Now, many families have these problems where they they try to reel in what their kids are putting out there on the internet. But of course, Claudia has now got so many internet followers that the problem is magnified to this like ungodly level. Like anything wrong that she puts out there is going to be a very big problem for her parents. So that being said, her mother has tried to be a parent and has taken her phone a couple times, and apparently in one of those times her mother has taken some of the information from her phone and put it on her own. And in that exchange was some video and some images of Claudia. And one of those images was leaked to Twitter in a fleet. The fleeting moments that you can share on Twitter now that all social media is trying to steal each other's functions. So it's like a Snapchat. It's like it's only out there for a little bit, but this image was of Claudia, and it was revealing. It was topless. It was. People have actually said that it's child porn level because it was that revealing, and so this went out on Kellyanne Conway's Twitter. Now, the initial reactions to this, there were videos where, of course, Claudia was like, "Oh my God, I can't believe my mom did that." But then another video was made where she said that she actually has come to an understanding with her mom that she doesn't believe her mom did that on purpose, that she believes her mom was hacked, and it's not outside the realm of possibility that's the case, because we live in a world where the fappening happened, where people's phones have been hacked and then stuff is released. But yeah, don't go looking for the photo because of course warning, it's probably CP. I haven't seen it, But I've heard enough of the context to know that don't go looking for the photo. But so I'm looking at Kellyanne Conway's Twitter, right? And she's pinned something from January 21st. She posted something from January 24th saying, rest in peace, Larry King, right? And before that, she's quite active on Twitter. She knows how it works, right? She posts a couple things like every other day. She's pretty she's a public figure. She knows how to use Twitter. And to think that she would post this picture of her daughter on her own phone, it's, it's not a mistake that she would make, right? So there's a few possibilities here. Number one, Kellyanne Conway might have done it. She's particularly Machiavellian, being the spokesperson for Trump. So, she might have actually done this, even though her daughter has this understanding that she didn't, that she was hacked. Number two, she was hacked. So you couldn't fault her for CP in that respect, because she would have only had those images as proof of something to be able to talk to her husband about, how do we handle this. And at that point, it becomes something like a picture of a baby in the bathwater, that some people find, dear family photos that you don't want, you don't want your parents to show your girlfriend when you're just dating and not that serious yet. Not that happened to me a few times, but another really weird possibility would be that Kellyanne and Claudia could be in on it, because that's just the world we live in. That this could be one of those things where it was a let's get famous by leaking something, because we live in the world of the Kardashian porn tape being released, and then all of a sudden somebody's a little bit more famous, but also, even weirder, even though she's only 16, there's a possibility that Claudia herself stole her mom's phone and did that just to create the leverage that it would create in her family, For now, setting all the different possibilities of what happened aside, I'll just go with what publicly Claudia put out in her last TikTok video, which was she believes her mom was hacked. All right. Well, that being the case, I think that still a wrong was wrought upon Claudia herself, because her mom took an image that was sensitive, and she didn't know, her daughter did not know that she had taken that copy of that image that was, something that, kids do these days, but she should have handled it in a more secure situation, right? Now, most people believe that their phones are secure, but we've just found out that through malintent or not, the image did leave Kellyanne Conway's phone, right? Whether she meant to or not, her phone was not secure with the image. So she's done something bad to her daughter. Whether they've come to think that a hacker did it or not, it wouldn't have happened if she had not taken the image from her daughter's phone and put it on hers. It would not have happened if her Twitter account was not quote unquote hacked, you know. So I think that she did do something bad to her daughter, and if Claudia Conway was going to get justice in this world, number one, anyone sharing her image should be prosecuted, should be also chased off of any platform that they try sharing it on. They should be shamed. You know, you don't share fappening images. That's not right. But also, I think fair is fair, right? And I'm not talking like just a red-blooded American guy here. I'm saying fair is fair. Kellyanne Conway shared Claudia's topless photo. She should give Claudia a similarly revealing image and let Claudia share it. You know, in however she would want to do. She could even market it around and find the best way to get back at her mom. She could, you know, sell the rights to it to a company and then give the proceeds to some Democratic charity or some, you know, whatever charity that her mom would hate. And she could also use this as, like, the basis for some weird documentary of how it is to live with her mom, you know. But I think that would be justice for Claudia. And because she seems to like revealing things about her mom, she's actually showed videos of her mom with no makeup on before on her TikTok. I think she might get a kick out of it, you know, and it might help heal the rifts in her family. But if I were Kellyanne through all of this, I would probably feel like making the public statement that raising Claudia looks like it's even more difficult than working for Trump. You know, part of that's because she worked for Trump, but it does seem like she's got a lot on her hands right now.